Seems like every big movie star is in these movies. Well, today we have 11 and Godzilla. Hello guys, welcome back to Review Rant. Yes, we're covering Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This is my episode 3 of the Monsterverse series and lead up for the new Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire movie. Now, I'm gonna say it, and I know not everyone's gonna be happy because some people have mixed opinions on this movie. I enjoy this movie quite a lot, actually. In fact, it is a fun Godzilla movie. Let me explain. This movie just has something that I really enjoy in a Godzilla movie. Now, it is kinda in a way like the Godzilla 2014 movie. Now, it shows a whole lot more Godzilla, which is always a delight, always a treat. Love the design of Godzilla. Love the stuff he does in this movie too. It's really cool. Now, it's not to say this movie is perfect. By no means it is, because I think everyone's talked about the characters. Now, the characters, I usually like to talk about the characters. They were okay in this, I guess. There's nothing really big or really interesting that I found appealing for these characters. They're characters in a movie. A lot of big stars, obviously, like Millie Bobby Brown, Vera Farmiga, Kyle Chandler, them, and a few others that are really good. But they're big stars and stuff, No, I'm not saying that they gave a bad performance, because they didn't. But I know everyone's talked about it because Vera Farmiga's character, Emma's the worst. She's awful. She literally could have prevented the whole movie from happening. You have Godzilla, going away and stuff, and then you see her, she just comes out of nowhere and just awakens Monster Zero, aka King Ghidorah, one of my favorites, and then just has thousands and thousands of people getting killed. Excuse me, you let so many people die for no reason. There's literally no reason for those people to die, and I think that's pretty terrible that she did that. And then they try to give her a sacrifice. Sacrifices are for heroes. She is not a hero. She is a monster who killed innocent people, ranging from Mexico to Washington, D.C., to all these other places, to London even. She killed so many people by being arrogant, cocky. I don't even know what it was. She was working for the villain, and guess what? The villain in this movie doesn't even die. Which I guess Charles Dance's character, by the way, let me just say, he is a fantastic villain. Best villains out there, because he's almost always playing a villain character, which is pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny, because you have him in Game of Thrones and Merlin, other movies. Hard to think of a movie where he's actually a good guy, because he plays such a good villain. But enough for the characters. Action in this movie. Yes, finally we get action. There is more action than Kong Skull Island, in my opinion. In some ways, it rivals that movie. The action was fine. It was actually good. You can actually see it, which is really good. Some things I didn't particularly like were we have big monster fights, right? You have Godzilla and King Ghidorah. They're fighting, right? And it cuts in, you're getting this really awesome fight that they're having, it's really dope. And then it cuts to human characters. Why? I'm watching a movie about Godzilla. I want to see him fight monsters. This is called King of the Monsters. Let me see how he is the king of the monsters. Stop showing me Vera Farmiga's character looking after her daughter over some monster box thing that like has sound and it can corrupt monsters or whatever and bring them to the location. I don't care about that. I want to see Godzilla, and there's a lot of Godzilla. Love the Arctic fight. The Arctic fight was really good, and at the end of the movie, spoilers. I'll probably already had the beginning. Mothra sadly dies. Mothra was like a goat in this movie. Let's be real now. Mothra sacrifices herself. Gets onto like all the like the dust or whatever. You know, after Monster Zero or whatever kills her. Like all the dust goes on Godzilla. Burning Godzilla is one of the coolest things ever. Like, boy is a beast. He goes around and just starts like using manhandle. He literally just shoots. Gives off so much radiation that it blows up King Ghidorah. It is an awesome scene, and this movie is very much watchable. It's a very watchable movie. It's very good. If you like big monsters fighting, this is your movie. But if you also want to have a terrible character in the form of Emma, going around that has, zero purpose in life besides, killing people, then that could be a turnoff. But all the fights that we have Mothra versus Rodan and all this other stuff. We have monsters coming in from like all around the world, coming to King Ghidorah because he's like, the new king, which I didn't know this because, I still like to, know more stuff about Godzilla. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't really know if King Ghidorah has always been an alien creature. I don't know. I haven't watched that many Godzilla movies. I've watched enough, but not as many as I probably, should. But King Ghidorah was pretty cool in this movie. I like the design. It looks so like a dragon, but like a hydra and like a lizard and like wings. It's really cool. It's really cool. I like the face of it too. Also, they at the end, when I think actually in the middle of the movie when Godzilla had the first fight with King Ghidorah, which he lost, and he continued to lose until he got Mothra's ability and became Burning Godzilla. He bites the head off of one of them, and I think the head is what they have in the post-credit scene. Also, the when the thing's going off, it has the in memory of the Godzilla people, which I thought was very nice. I thought they handled that pretty well, having it at the post-credit scene. It was really cool to see that the head of the severed King Ghidorah was like still there. Which, getting into the next movie, Godzilla versus Kong, which I am very excited to review that one because I have a lot to say for that one because it's a great movie. Charles Dance is somehow still alive. They don't kill the main villain, and I don't think he's ever going to come back, which is kind of disappointing. I think we always wanted to see this guy get his comeuppance, but guess not. And if you watch Kong versus Godzilla, you'll see that the skull is, I guess they're using the skull or whatever, which is really cool. Also, I want to talk about what's his name, Dr. Shirazaki. Oh my god, I butchered his name, didn't I? Here's his name. He gave one of the best sacrifices in all of these movies, especially that sacrifice and sacrifice and Kong Skull Island. That one guy who blew himself up. Still know why he did that, but like Shirazaka, he does like his sacrifice actually meant something, and I'm emotional, but I was like, oh, that's so good. I was like, I got chills. I was like, that's so sad. And like the way he talks to Godzilla like he's an old friend, I like that. He puts his hand on Godzilla's snout and then he gets blown up. Also, I noticed this, when the explosion happens underwater, you can actually notice the Exorcist little statue thing is there. I didn't notice it the first time I watched it, but I saw it the second time and I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to point that out to you guys. You probably already know that, but I thought it was a cool Exorcist mention. All around, if you haven't watched this movie, you probably should. Sadly, it has like a 42% or 41, something like that on Rotten Tomatoes, which is very low. It has like a 6 out of 10 on IMDb. I don't know what it has on Metacritic, but it's kind of overhated in my opinion. This movie's really cool. Yes, it's not what everyone wants, but for what it does, it, again, I say this a lot. I like these American Godzilla movies. They're not everyone's cup of tea, and I understand that, because what I like about, the fandom is that everyone likes a certain thing. Just because I like something does not mean that you have to like it. Just because you like something doesn't mean I have to like it, And I like that, we can all, share opinions and stuff. Now, I enjoy this movie. I know not everyone likes this movie. Some people, hate on this movie, which I can get. I can get some of the stuff in this movie, but overall, the movie does such a good job. Not really with the characters, but with Godzilla and the action scenes and the Antarctica and the final battle. The final battle so far, the 3 movies I've watched, this is my favorite final battle, and I think it was really cool and really well handled. Do wish that they would stop showing so many human characters, because I want to see monsters, not cutting to human characters when the stuff gets good. But again, with Emma's character, it kind of brings it down a little bit, but it doesn't take me out. And I really like this movie, and I think that's gonna be all our time, but I really do enjoy this movie. I think it's fun. I think I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. Now, I would have liked to give it higher, Emma's character, and I wish we had more monster scenes. But thankfully, for the next movie, we're gonna get some. But with that, guys, I thank you guys for watching this video. I love you. I appreciate you. If you want to like, sub, share, anything like that, I appreciate it. But that's all our time for today. And I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be episode 4, Godzilla vs. Kong. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.